In Red Dead Online, there's no question about the importance of some things in game, like horses for traveling the frontier and weapons for taking down powerful enemies. And the April update for Red Dead Online has some pretty good opportunities for players to make some of those purchases that they may have been waiting on. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today on the show, we'll be kicking off our buyer's guide for the April event and update here in game. This is something that I actually haven't done that much recently because ever since we made the switch to monthly updates, and so just from that, you'd be seeing a lot less of these naturally, but also the discounts during the first few monthly events weren't really that great. The bonuses for cash, gold, and XP have been pretty awesome, but just up until last month, the discounts haven't been that great. However, for March and now the April event offerings, they've been a bit better, and this video will be your complete monthly guide on how to navigate these purchases, my own personal recommendations, and basically if you have the money, where I think you should spend it. So excuse that long intro, just wanted to get all that out of the way. We're gonna get started. If you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it, and if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. Alright, so for the longtime viewers and supporters of my Buyer's Guide episodes, you know we only concern ourselves with purchases that change stats, give you real in-game value, etc. We don't really have a need to review cosmetics and things like that, and the first big discount we have is 30% off all revolvers in the game. So let's start with the most basic one of them all, but the one that every player can enjoy. The Cattleman Revolver, selling for $35 this month. The Cattleman, if you equip additional one on your dual wield setup, you will deal 30.9 damage per shot, and stats wise, it doesn't really have anything special to note, nor does it really suffer any loss in stats anywhere besides maybe damage, where the Lamat and Navy deal much more. It's a fine PvE sidearm for headshots, but not particularly suggested for PvP combat due to the lower damage output. Now, taking into account its fire rate and the damage, we get our DPS value here. The DPS for the weapon, this is before taking the reload speed into account. So overall, with 30.9 damage per shot, if you dual wield the Cattleman, you're looking at 370.8 total damage for a DPS of 88. And to put it in perspective of a 5-star legendary bounty enemy terms, it's about 5 to 6 body shots per kill. The double action revolver now, for $88 this month. The double action deals the least amount of damage of all revolvers in the class, sitting at 25.25. It's also quite inaccurate overall. This, along with the slower reload speed than the Cattleman, make it impractical as a sidearm, but however, when using Gunslinger's Choice as an ability card, it becomes the most accurate weapon in the game. The double action revolver with Gunslinger's Choice is an okay PvE weapon for headshots if you don't mind the somewhat slow reload speed it has. With 25.25 damage per shot, if you dual wield the double actions, you're looking at 303 total damage for a DPS of 97. And if you're looking to take down 5-star legendary bounty enemies, you're looking at putting about 6 to 7 shots into them. The Schofield Revolver for $134. The Schofield deals 34 damage, but fires slightly slower than the Cattleman. It reloads slightly slower than the Cattleman when one-handed and reloads slightly faster than the Cattleman when dual-wielded. This can make it a fair alternative to both the Lamat for PvE, as it has a reasonably quick reload speed and is more comfortable to use because of this. With 34 damage per shot, dual-wielded Schofield revolvers will afford you 408 total damage before reloading, which puts you at a DPS value of 85. When put against tier 5 legendary bounties, remember, you only need 4 to 5 shots to kill, however. Next, the Lamat Revolver for $221. The Lamat Revolver deals 38.85 damage per bullet and boasts a larger ammo capacity and a shotgun alternate fire. While it does have the slowest reload speed of the revolver class, the extra 3 shots per gun make up for it. It's a great revolver overall, both for PvP and especially PvE combat. The Lamat Revolver is a big contender here, and you can also eclipse 698 damage with dual-wielded Lamats against enemies, and that puts you at a DPS value of 97, matching the double action DPS, but with much more ammunition and higher accuracy. And against 5-star legendaries, you only need 4 body shots to kill. Lastly, we have the Navy Revolver for $192. The Navy deals 41.8 damage and is the most accurate of all revolvers. This is a great advantage in PvP where you can deal consistent DPS even at slightly further ranges. However, due to its slower reload speed and only 6-shot ammo capacity, you'll be stuck reloading it quite often, so I find it can be replaced with a couple other revolvers for PvE combat. This revolver is the optimal choice in my opinion though, as you get over 498 damage per dual wield Navy revolver set before reloading, and that means you'll boast a DPS of 116 with the Navies. The Navy will also drop 5-star legendary bounty enemies. Remember, these are the most tanky and strongest standard groups of enemies in the game, with only 3, but occasionally sometimes 4 shots. So which options do I think would be best for players who are not really familiar with the combat performance and stats of these weapons? Well, I would recommend either or both of the following 2 options. The LeMat revolver, because it has decent damage, 9-round ammo capacity, and the shotgun alternate fire, and you can freely swap between revolver and shotgun modes at any time. It's sort of like a revolver and sawed-off hybrid, to put it simply. It's a great revolver as is, with good damage, 9-round ammo capacity, and decent fire rate, but like we talked about, the main drawback is the reload speed. It's slow both in terms of speed and since you have potentially 9 rounds to go through. The shotgun attachment isn't that great, but it does come in handy in a pinch. When I mean that great, it just doesn't have that fantastic of range, though it has lost its main appeal since the addition of the quick swap mechanic and auto reloading mechanic. You can just instantly swap to a real shotgun at the press of a button, no slower than swapping to its alternate fire. The Navy revolver is a better revolver than the LeMat overall. It deals a little bit more damage than the LeMat, and it is the most accurate revolver. It has great potential in close to mid-range combat due to its accuracy, and though it does have a slower reload speed in general, no shotgun alternate fire and only 6 rounds opposed to the LeMat's 9, it's just a great revolver overall, but this can somewhat replace your repeater rifle combination due to the smaller recoil, bloom size, and good damage if you so choose. Next up though, our second big discount for the April event is 30% off all race horses in the game. This is for the Nakotas, American Standardbreds, and the Thoroughbreds. First, starting with the Nakotas in Red Dead Online, they may be tiny little horses, but don't underestimate their speed and temperament when you need them to come in handy. They excel in speed and acceleration, however, their main drawbacks are, as you guessed it probably, their raw health and their stamina. The blue roan and the white roan boast stats of 3 health, 3 stamina, 4 speed, and 3 acceleration, while the gold bar reverse dapple roan Nakota boasts 3 health, 3 stamina, 7 speed, and 5 acceleration. Maxed out bonding would put its health to 6 health and 6 stamina. The American Standardbreds are also naturally fast horses on the other hand, but suffer the same lack of high stamina and health stats. In terms of base stats, with no bonding level or saddle and stirrup bonuses applied here, you're looking at 3 health, 3 stamina, and 3, 4, or 5 speed depending on the coat, and also 3, 4, or 5 acceleration. These horses do have great handling though, and if you're the type of rider who likes a quick and agile horse, but does not really want to rely on the Arabian horses breed to achieve fantastic handling, then definitely check out the American Standardbreds, as these are incredibly nimble horses despite their larger appearance and taller heights. Finally, we have the Thoroughbreds. This is the juggernaut of the racehorse class. They're perfect for fast transportation and quick getaways from hostile players, enemy NPCs, and of course animal predators that you may stumble across on the frontier. Thoroughbreds boast similar health, speed, stamina, and acceleration stats to the American Standardbreds, but one thing to keep in mind here when using this particular horse is that even when properly maintained and fed and calmed in dangerous situations like near grizzly bears, cougars, or wolves, I noticed that this horse seems to throw you off quicker than any other horse I've ridden in the game, and I've noticed that consistently with every horse coat that I tried from the Thoroughbreds. With all that said though, those are the major discounted offers in this monthly update. I hope those of you who requested this video found it helpful, as does anyone who needed Red Dead information like this so they can take full advantage of this April event. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it, and of course if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.